exactly. This is we have a bag for you waiting outside.
This would be my dream device if I could only get my hands on it.
This one here?
Yeah.
You like the? Are you a pro guy? You like the touchscreen?
I like the touch. Well, you know what they've done that's really special is they've given us a bigger screen and a front facing keyboard plus GPS and Wi-Fi.
Right.
It's a really good device, but because they say because of these patents they can't roll it out in the U.S.
Is that true?
That's what iMate says. But,
Well, it's on the.
if you wanted a part with its display model, I'd pay a pretty penny for it.
Oh yeah, sure. I'm not sure we're moving into auction mode just yet. We'll think of it.
Yeah. All right.
But no, I mean, the interesting thing is, obviously a myriad of device form factors. The iMate stuff is cool. They've definitely invested in putting high resolution screens, which is nice. Even as you move down the line, just seeing like some nicer like candy bar 12 key devices. We're even seeing, again, some customization that's happening, and you're seeing that more and more, right? Where, kind of there were some isolated incidents before. More and more customers of ours and partners certainly, want kind of a unique experience. But at the same time, when you hit the start button, you still have the same application experience that you expect. There's some really cool devices down here. So do touch screws.
Before we get to the touch screen,
Yeah. So this is the A702. This is basically got built-in GPS, 2 gig of RAM. I guess is the big thing on this. Is a lot of storage memory.
Yeah.
It's funny as you go through, and that's why we have the little cards here. You'll find that every device has got a little something that makes it special.
Yeah.
Whether it's the form factor, whether in this case like the 2 gig of onboard memory.
Yeah.
Or it's the bands that's being used. This Asus, I mean, they were just blazing fast, 520 megahertz devices, for instance, and a lot of these.
Wow, is that right?
Yeah, so I mean, again, across all the different devices, you'd be interested to see kind of how things change, right? Obviously with HTC, the touch flow stuff is a big way they actually differentiate. I don't know if you guys have seen the Photos experience they've built.
That's kind of what I'm wondering from Microsoft. If Microsoft's going to give us that same kind of simple overlay to its own operating system at some point.
Well, I think, over time, we continue to make investments in Windows Mobile, continue to innovate. I mean, we are not blind to the stuff. I mean, me drawing a circle around somebody and zooming in, that's cool stuff, right? Doing gesture stuff, you don't need multi-touch for that, right? Here, I've just been able to switch through and change photos and all that. And I guess the key thing is, right, even if Microsoft isn't coming out with a new release of Windows Mobile every month, one of our partners kind of is, right? Because as they're continuing to innovate and iterate on our software, you're getting great new consumer experiences.
In a way, they give you the 6.1, the 6.2, the 6.3, and then you guys come up with the 7.
If we were to do such strong releases,
then...
yeah, absolutely. But you're absolutely right. They're doing small moves. They're bringing things forward. It's very much a give and take process. When Microsoft is commercializing a phone with an operator or with a handset maker, we often work very closely with them to deliver things that they need for their customers and help
Device bar.
So the Mwc2008, obviously this is an exciting phone, again with an active GPS. We're seeing more and more beyond just the self.
Motorola hasn't been so successful with mobile phones. I mean, they projected 12 million Qs would sell the first year, and I think they didn't hit a million.
Yeah, I know. I can't comment on actual numbers.
But they were not successful with other phones also. It's not specific to Windows Mobile.
But Motorola in more ways than one is just a really important partner to us, not just on the Q business, but also with, obviously the ruggedized business that they do with Symbol, right? So, I think one way or another, Motorola is successful with Windows Mobile, and certainly we're happy they're making the more consumer-oriented. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think, this device is one that I use personally back in the States just because of the GPS, right? It's a great time. If you look at new devices like the Samsung little 12, you see they're doing a lot of animated desktop stuff. It actually reminds me a lot of the Vista Ultimate animated desktp on Windows Mobile.
This is the new Samsung i780.
The i780, this is the one that has the 320 touchscreen on it. We're locked right now.
GPS, Wi-Fi.
This one's got, so new I'm reading the spec.
My next primary phone.
GPS, Wi-Fi, 3G, and it's also got this mouse pointer support.
Yeah.
So as you're, kind of wanting to use it one-handed, you can either, use the touchscreen or you can use this mouse pointer. And of course, it can be disabled, so you can use it as a D-pad and swipe around. That's
I love it.
But with the start and the OK buttons here, I think this really is a great kind of in-between solution for someone that's used to standard and wants to move to pro.
Actually, I think this is a great product, but what iMate came out with over here really, if they were able to ship this would be I think, a better product. It's got GPS, Wi-Fi, it's got a larger screen, it's got the same amount of memory, it's got the same processor, basically.
Yep.
I mean, I think this is sort of and they've got a joystick here.
It's not like a screen. It is a QVGA, and the other one has 320. That's 320.
Oh, there's a difference in the resolution.
The resolution.
This is lower resolution.
So a little higher DPI on that. But you're right. I mean, this basically has the portrait layout, right, with that square.
I wish somebody would buy iMate and solve their patent problems so that I could own this thing.
Leave the poor iMate alone.
Poor iMate. Okay,
So there we go, and we got the new i640, and this one is obviously kind of a takeoff on what we've seen with the i620.
Yeah.
Really, the big changes there is, the processor speed has been doubled. It's 416 megahertz now.
I see.
QVGA and all that. So I mean, we're seeing that more and more, and I think you talked about that earlier. Is the processors are really good.
So this 1 gigahertz chip that Qualcomm has been demoing, they say it's going to roll out on Windows mobile devices in the second half. Who's going to be rolling with that?
Yeah, no. So second half we'll find out what devices are shipping. We got to protect the work of our partners. This Toshiba, I think, is actually really cool. This one here, with the
nice form factor,
keyboard and the screen is so nice, right? This high resolution screen, 480 by 800. So this is the same resolution that you'll see on the new Sony Ericsson device. And so, obviously fit a lot on the screen, really high pixel density, and that means when you're viewing web pages and you're zoomed out, you're actually able to read the content, right? You don't have to always be zooming in to see what's going on. LG, obviously, they've shipped this first Windows mobile phone, and they're going to be shipping more and more. They're doing some customizations here as well, so you can get around the start menu a little easier. Very excited to have some of these big tier 1 players kind of on the team. Another one that's particularly interesting, I think we skipped over it, was an Asus.
Asus.
Has it been? It might have.
Who is Asus? Are they?
That's interesting. Oh, here we go. So yeah, the reason I didn't recognize it is because it's a dual. So you got the candy bar, and then you flip it open, and you get the extra screen.
Oh, that's
inside.
a pretty form factor, isn't it?
It's a very nice form factor.
Asus is a big PC manufacturer, not the one.
But there's no GPS or Wi-Fi in this, right?
It doesn't seem to have GPS. It's mostly.
But it's a nice form factor.
But I mean, you compare this to something like a Nokia communicator or something like that, which is a good deal bigger. It's just great to see the industry in general delivering this type of form factor but smaller.
Yeah, very nice.
So I think there's a lot of stuff. Obviously, play around with them.
A lot of cool stuff.
Experience for yourself. But I think the key message here is, Windows Mobile, the same experiences, but delivered in a little bit different way on each of these phones, right? But if I had any application like live search or something installed across all of these, and that's something that we really see as a big advantage for us. And from a customer experience point of view, it's the same familiar interface.
No, I see a lot of progress on there. No question about it.
Cool. Well, it was great to have you guys today. Thanks for swinging into what I wish was my living room, but